An emergency lockdown West Virginia as Rich Rodriguez now confirming Nico Marchiol is going to be out for several weeks. This just got worse.
You are Locked On West Virginia, your daily podcast on the West Virginia Mountaineers, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Guys, welcome back in. My name's Mountaineer Paul. I'm your host. This is Locked On West Virginia, doing an emergency Locked On West Virginia in lieu of Rich Rodriguez's interview at Kegler's today, where he talked about the Nico Marchiol situation. This episode is going to be brought to you by Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use the code LOCKEDONCollege for $20 off your first purchase. I'm not here alone, though. He's late. He's great. He's unstoppable. He's improbable. He's Jackson Johnson.
What's up, Paul? How you doing today, good buddy?
Doing good, man. So we're going to talk about Nico. In segment 2, we've added a couple big-time pass rushers today in the high school ranks after yesterday's quarterback signing. So we'll have a look at that, and then we're going to look around college football in the Big 12 this week. So, all right. So Rich Rodriguez, I didn't hear this part. I was actually late getting in there to listening to him tonight, which is I'm usually on it every single Monday. I'm usually on it. But as you can see, Skylar Callahan saying here, Rich Rod says Nico Marchiol is out in Arizona talking to doctors out there and expects him to miss several weeks. He says he wants WVU's team doctors to look at him to make sure they are on the same page as Nico's doctors.
Wow.
So, obviously, if you're asking me, I'm going to say Nico's done. I don't foresee him coming back this year. I don't see what the benefits would be for him to do that, because you played the minimum amount or the maximum amount of games you can play and hold a red shirt. What would be the benefit to him coming back, Jackson?
No benefit, really.
None. I mean, you let's say you get better the last couple games of the year, right? I mean, that's, it's a frustrating thing to even think about, really, to be honest. So we just have to hope that Nico is okay, going forward, because it's rough. I hate it for Nico, especially. He's worked so hard. He deserves to be here. And I just wish he would. I wish things could have been better for him this year. I wish we had a better offensive line. I wish, all that, but it just hasn't been great for him. So this is a tough loss for West Virginia players. This is a tough loss for morale. I don't know if he was the best quarterback going forward. Probably not in this offensive line. If you give him a good offensive line, I would feel differently for sure. So, why be smart, Larry? I don't understand that comment, man. I mean, yes, I do talk to Nico, but I'm not going to talk to him about this, bro. Not going to happen. I mean, I can. Why do I even care, really? Oh God. So if you were in Nico's situation, would you transfer out, knowing that there's no guarantee here for you next year, or would you stick around and wait it out? Because he's been here and waited it out. I feel like he's tested that and seen through two coaches that's not going to work very good.
I would at least consider transferring, honestly, if I'm Nico, because I think West Virginia's going to go with the Nets man up.
Yeah.
So that's what I would do if I'm Nico. I'm looking at my options. Don't know where it's going to be. I mean, I'm not going to Pitt or Virginia Tech or Maryland. That's not happening. But I would be looking at other options. Could be a group of 5 team, could be somebody in the SEC, Big Ten, or the ACC. Don't know who, but it's if I'm Nico, I'm looking at all my options above.
Yeah. It sucks. I mean, I think Nico is a good talent, but I don't think we saw the best of him. I feel like we were all cheated because we were expecting him to be perfect for before the year. You didn't hear anybody say, "Well, Nico's the statue in the pocket." That's because he's not usually. Normally he can move a little bit.
Auburn could use him.
Auburn.
Although that's punishing him, so I'm not going to do that to him. He's been through.
You're gonna get me fired, man. My boss has locked on Auburn. I'm kidding. But so obviously his foot has prevented him from being effective this year, and it just makes you wonder how long the coaches knew about it, and if they didn't know about it, how long did he hold it from them? Because and maybe neither of those things happened. That's possible too. But there's just a ton wrong with the situation. It doesn't feel like Tucker to Breeze necessarily, where it's like, okay, there's some kind of shady business going on here, but it does feel like it just feels like Nico won't be back.
No,
that's how it feels, and I hate it because he's what you consider a quintessential program guy. So I see people asking about him getting into it with the Kansas coach. To me, that was the Kansas coach getting into it with him. He didn't do anything that I saw, unless somebody that I don't know about, filmed another part of that. I didn't see it. I saw the Kansas coach get in his face after a hit over there. So, but what my whole point to all this is, Nico was supposed to be dual threat, right? And unfortunately, his foot's prevented him from being that. I just don't think we can see everything he could have been in this offense. That's just my thoughts on it. So, and maybe it's a blessing in disguise. I mean, I don't know. You ask yourself those questions, but you never really know the answer. So, what are your thoughts on it? You got any more thoughts on this, Jackson?
Let's go with Henderson.
What?
Yep.
I feel like fans have already given up on him. Honestly, I've seen several people say, "No, let's start Khalil. Let's start Scotty over him now." I get accused for being his biggest fan and all kinds of stuff just because, I mean, I had him on the show, but that really doesn't matter. I mean, I don't know. There really is no great answer right now.
Well, 2025's not a good year, unfortunately, but it's a blessing in disguise because guess who? Because I know I said it yesterday, but guess who else had a crappy year? Arizona State, 2023. Look what they did a year later. Houston, 2024. Year later. Guess what they're doing right now? I'm not saying I'm saying that the second year of the Rich Rod era in the second stint is going to be fantastic. Just like 2002 was in the first stint.
Yeah, I don't doubt it. I just think it's getting there. That's the problem, right? It's already been 6 years for us under Neil Brown. If you don't count the 9-win year, I think we were all pretty happy that year, but barely enough. But under this regime, it's like there seems to be less rope or leash, if you will, because of the past. People are upset with Rich Rod and how he's handled how he handled the first exit. So, that's kind of where it's at. But I will say,
not like Bobby Petrino, which that's a whole other thing. So
that's a whole other thing. I think mostly he's forgiven.
Oh, yeah. I mean, at least Rich Rod gives you a heads up. Bobby Petrino just smiles in your face, tells you how much he loves you, but then bails out on you a day later in the back door.
Yeah. It's sad, man. I wish Nico the best. I really do wish he could have played his best while he was here. Wish he'd have been physically healthy while he was here, but he wasn't, and he didn't. And we didn't have the offensive line to mask it. Who knows what could have happened otherwise. It does feel weird that his dad and company are so involved with him. You do wonder if there's some behind the scenes with that, but it's not my business really to speculate too much. Let's go to break. Let's move on from this sad subject because I really was disappointed to hear this tonight. I guess
bet
I
there's
just
some
held out
happy
hope.
stuff like Mazda and DoorDash, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Ooh,
But
nothing like a nice car of the season.
yeah, unfortunately, in this case, it's not going to be DoorDash or Mazda today. But we got a new read we're doing right now. So
Ooh, something nice.
on the other side of the break, we're going to look at these recruits that West Virginia's gotten here in the last couple hours. West Virginia's flipped a guy from Virginia Tech and also another pass rusher. They got a quarterback yesterday. Thanks to Jackson Johnson, I found out about it as soon as it happened. So we'll talk about that next. And this episode of Locked On West Virginia going to be brought to you by our friends over at QO. Look, QO is pretty cool if you didn't know. It's one of the best sites out there, actually, and I don't think many people know about it because it used to be open phone. That's why. As soon as I can find there it is. So, okay, QO is one of the tools that makes a huge difference for business owners, and it's really one of those things that it's the same great business phone system you heard me talk about before. It's just a new name, right? And here's why it matters. Every missed call is money left on the table. When every customer conversation counts, you need a phone system that keeps you connected 24/7. QO is the #1 business phone system that streamlines customer communications. It works right through an app on your phone or computer, so no one can be replacing two phones or relying on a landline. I really love how QO, who was formerly known as Open Phone, takes your time and lets you and your team share one number and collaborate on calls and texts like a shared inbox, so no customer gets left hanging. Whether you're a solo operator juggling everything or part of a larger team, QO makes it easy to stay responsive and professional. See why 90,000 business owners trust QO, formerly known as Open Phone. Get started for free and get 20% off your first 6 months with QO.com/LockedOnCollege. That's QUO.com/LockedOnCollege. And if you've got existing numbers with another service, QO will port them right over, no extra charge. Do it today with QO. No missed calls, no missed customers. All right, we are back here in Locked On West Virginia in segment 2 as we crack open a dew. Yay. What you got, Jackson? What are you drinking on?
Well, this time I've got a water that I'm cracking open.
No, you got to be unhealthy on this show. We don't allow health.
Well, I drank a coffee earlier before tonight's show.
Coffee's healthy, pretty much, overall.
Well, not if you add sugar to it.
That's true. Okay, I'll give you that. West Virginia signed a couple recruits. Pretty exciting stuff, really.
Oh yeah.
So let me get to that. So you got actually I want to get to one big one first, and this one's enormous, although it's a little bit down the road. Langston Pridgeon, who I've been talking to today, he just started following me earlier. Is a 5-star corner wide receiver. We're going to check him out really quick because he is one of these kids that West Virginia's got a real shot at. And I know it seems like that's not possible because he's 5 stars. But let's watch the tape.
Oh, here we go.
This is a freshman, by the way. Here he is outside in the corner.
There he is.
So he's playing varsity ball as a true freshman here. And that's the thing. He's a 2028 kid. Nice instincts. I mean, you got to think he's 6'2" already. Here he is with a hit. Boom. He's 6'2" already. At 15 years old or whatever he is right now. Pretty wild. Nice hit. I'm gonna be talking with his dad hopefully here in the next couple of days. So, but yeah, this kid's got a lot of ability. Obviously, to be a 5-star player this early on in your life is insane. I can only imagine, like what that would feel like as a youngster to be rated that highly. But I mean, he plays in Virginia, so he's right there next door to West Virginia. So that has a lot to do with it. He also visited Virginia, so he may stay at home. And the Cavaliers look to be on the rise. Jackson.
Oh, there we go.
That was a nice play there. I love how he engaged with the defender and made that play. So yeah, so this is a big one. Here he is right here. Keep him out of that end zone. I know he plays some receiver as well, but it doesn't look like he shows those highlights on here. And who knows? You never know how somebody's going to develop. I mean, he looks like a great corner now, but he could develop into a great receiver as well. Great lockdown stuff, man. Yeah, you can see the ability. It's pretty evident here. So yeah, well, that's insane, man. So it looks like he played against good counsel, all kinds of. I mean, those are big time programs, and he's a nice sized kid. You don't find too many 6'2" corners, right? As far as when they're freshmen in high school. So, all right, Jackson. What was the name of the guy you sent me earlier?
Oh, I sent the guy Camden Gillespie.
Chad, that's right. I got him right here. Okay. So let me just look it up here. Camden KJ Gillespie. That's the name. Yeah, right here. So here's the commitment. I'm home. Pretty cool stuff.
Oh, there we go. Oh, he's got there we go. He's got the pickaxe.
Yeah. Yeah. He looks good in the Mountaineer uniform. West Virginia flipped him over from Virginia Tech, which is pretty good stuff.
And who says the rivalry between West Virginia and Virginia Tech isn't exist anymore?
Oh, it exists. 100% exists. I don't think people realize how much it exists. It's just we haven't played them in a couple years is the problem, which sucks, right? I mean, you wish you played them more, but here we are.
Okay.
So we've got his tape somewhere here. We're going to watch it. I haven't had a chance to break it down yet, but let me look up the article I had pulled up on him. So I believe, yeah, like I said, he flipped over from Virginia Tech. 6'3", 245. He had Boston College, Georgia Tech, Jack State. So I'm sure this staff was probably recruiting him when he was at Jack State already. So let's check him out and see what he's all about on tape here. I'm going to tell you guys right now, the first play you're going to see out of this guy is going to make you flip. I've seen the first play, and it is incredible. And I mean that by every word of it. So let's get over to it. It didn't take us with it. Why not, Jackson?
There we go. Camden. Oh, man.
Let's get over there. Let's see. Yeah. There it is. Okay. Wait for this ad to end, and then we'll get right to it, man. His first play is he's an edge rusher. Here it is right here. This is him right here. Watch this kid come off the edge. Boom. Beautiful spin move. As soon as I saw that, I didn't even need to say anymore. I went ahead and started making the video because I'm like, oh yeah, he can go. You can tell from one of the first move. This spin move is elite, dude.
There we go.
Splits two guys.
Oh my god, that's big.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he split two guys wide open. I mean, they're literally,
oh, there we go. I love the
literally abused. They've been abused. That's what happened. Here he is. Oh wow, he read the play and came out and made the tackle. So here he is with his hand in the dirt, looks like. Yep. Nice play. And he picks it up and scoops and scores. Good job. I can see why Brent Pry wanted this guy. He's exactly what they go after pass rush wise, athletically. Oh, that's a gorgeous play. So here you can see, watch him take the inside shoulder the outside shoulder of this guard right here. Nice little dip under and a tackle in the backfield. Yes, sir. Take it. Then you've got, here he is with his hand in the dirt right here. And this is perfect. This is exactly the kind of guy Zach Alley would want in this defense. I like him at Bandit better based on that first play, but I haven't seen enough. I mean, obviously, I haven't seen enough out of him to know for sure, but you would think he would be a little better at Bandit. Here he is on the outside again. Nice play, getting his hands up, knocking the ball down. Here he is on the outside D end. Yeah, he's a long, lanky, stout. There's that spin move again. He did it again. That's a nasty move, though. And the thing is once you can develop some moves off of that, that's a nice move, man. I wonder what his speed rush looks like, though. So he needs a little work, I think, on some things, but man, this is a good pickup. He flipped a guy from Virginia Tech. There's a strip sack from him. Here he is, right? He's long and lanky, right? So he's going to put on weight. He's going to put on muscle. These are the kind of guys West Virginia recruits. He's obviously a good athlete. He's obviously got some pass rush moves. He's clearly big at 6'3", 245. But, he needs some refinement. He needs to put on some muscle. He needs some weight. He just needs weight, really, and some explosion, and they'll get him in the weight room and do all that. But this is the difference between what Alabama would never touch this guy, because they can go get a guy that's ready-made, right? That's already ready to plug and play. This guy is a year to 2 years away, and that's the difference between West Virginia and Alabama, right? So I appreciate you for letting me know about him, man. I didn't even know we flipped him. I don't know how I missed it, but I did.
Oh, you're welcome. I'm letting everybody know at West Virginia. I'm letting you know. I'm letting our guy Shane at West Virginia Voice College Football know. I'm letting a lot of people know.
Oh, yeah. I forgot you guys work together. Okay. And then we got one more to look at, and this one is a little bit more difficult to come up with tape on, but I did find some. Carter Kessler, 6'5", 235, defensive end / tight end. I'm assuming that's his mom. I'm assuming that's his mom right there. But I mean, God, it could be his sister. And to be honest, it could be his girlfriend, and I wouldn't know. Like, she looks so young, I have no idea which one. But I mean, either way, you'd have to assume that was his mom. But who knows, right? 2026 defensive end, 6'5", 235. He's got talent. I went and watched a bunch of his stuff earlier. He's from Ohio, which plays great football. So what we'll do now is we'll get over here to his page and just look at one or two plays, and then we'll let Jackson do what Jackson does after the break, which is be elite at picking games. All right. Let's see. I'm trying to find a couple. Yeah, because you see a couple plays on this week 3, week 4 thing. So he is out of Shelby High School in Ohio. 5'40". Another guy, kind of like the guy we just looked at. He's the type of guy that you're going to want to probably have to develop. which is fine. I mean, I'm okay with that in this day and age. You just have to be able to hold on to these guys, right? So here he is coming off the edge.
There we go.
Yeah. Yeah, he can play. He's exciting. Here he is right here. He's more bigger and stronger than the other guy we just watched. And maybe he needs to refine some of his pass rushing stuff. But I mean, on a couple of these, you see, I mean, that's exactly what you want to see. I love that. That's my favorite kind of pass rushers right there, guys. The strong pass rusher, right? Some guys do it with speed. Some guys do it with strength. So what does he do here? One of my favorite pass rushing moves is this. Whenever you take outside leverage and then you step inside and then shove them with that right arm. In other words, you're taking outside, and so you've got that tackle really moving out, trying to keep you from speed rushing around. And you just use his momentum against him. You get up underneath that shoulder pad and just take him that way. I love that. That makes my hair stand up on end when I
There we go.
So here, watch the play in real time. So he's going to take outside, right? Like he's going to speed rush. The tackle will adjust, and then he kind of breaks back in, uses that right arm, and shoves him right up out of the way with some really good leverage. Boom, there it is. And he got his hand on the ball. He also plays tight end, but, you know, I don't think that's what he's getting recruited to do. He does have some ability, but he's more this right here. Here he is again. So look, that's a big guy to be able to pull in that move off. This guy's 6'5", 250. Look at the footwork right here. Boom, boom.
There you go.
And he's inside of him.
There we go.
So I mean, that's what Jackson did when he was in high school. Jackson is an elite. Actually, Jackson right now is an elite 5-star quarterback. He's just waiting for somebody to pick him up. Oh, God. Here he is up top your screen and in the standing up. And as you can see, sidestepped him. And then look at that change of direction, man. Very impressive. Let's watch that play one more time, then we'll move on. Let's see. So right here he is. Watch him move inside and then react to the quarterback, back outside, and chase him down. That's a motor. You like to see that. So here he is at tight end. Let's see what he does. Takes outside to the pylon and a jump ball situation where he scores. So, yeah, he is big. I mean, he's got some size to him at the tight end spot. There he is right here. So, you know, I wouldn't say he's a power 4 tight end if you're asking me. I mean, maybe he can go down to D2 and do it or something. But, I mean, I can see him developing into a P4 DN for sure. So, yeah, a lot of fun stuff there. Okay. After the break, Jackson's got some cool stuff for us because we're going to look around the Big 12, and Jackson's going to do what Jackson does, which is have the big brain in the room and know everything about all the teams. We'll be right back. This episode of Locked On West Virginia is going to be brought to you by our friends over at FanDuel. And when you talk about FanDuel, you talk about a caffeine reaction that you can't ever possibly know about. You don't want to miss on this offer. Right now, new customers can bet $5 and make you holler and get $300 in bonus bets. That's if you win that first $5 bet. That's right. Pick a bet, put down $5, and if it hits, it's $300 in bonus bets to use across the app. It makes watching college football even more exciting when you give something a little extra riding on the action. So what are you waiting for? Visit FanDuel.com today to download the FanDuel app to get started. And if we look at the West Virginia BYU game on FanDuel right now, Jackson, not looking good for the Mountaineers. Make sure it's still where it was. Yeah. 19.5-point favorites, BYU, at home versus the Mountaineers, Jackson.
No doubt. It's on the road. It's scary. It's just,
It's a great stadium. I'm releasing the video I've been working on since I went to BYU, and I've got some great guests lined up this week. We're going to be doing Jay Catch, right? Also, the voice of BYU football, Jerem Jordan, will be coming on. I don't know if it showed, but Wednesday at 3 p.m. we'll have him.
Oh.
We also have, let me show you another cool one. This is the biggest one for sure. Oh, I can't show that. What am I doing? There we go. Tom Satake, the father of Kalani Satake, will be coming on this week as well, who I got to be friendly with whenever I visited BYU. He is an elite human being, I'll just tell you. And he's so the Satake story is one that everybody should learn about. So they moved from their Tongan, right? But they moved from Hawaii when Kalani Satake was young. And they used to park outside the stadium and listen to the crowd because they couldn't afford to go in. Now they rule from inside it, as Kalani Satake is unquestionably one of the greatest coaches in that history of that program, outside of Lavelle Edwards, of course. So it's going to be fun. They got a great stadium. It's very similar to ours in a lot of ways, from size, the whole thing. But the scenery, they got us beat. I mean, I got to show you guys this really quick. I mean, it's if you haven't gone to a game at BYU, let's see. It's truly the best setting in college football, I think. It's got to be in the top 5. You want to see the setting? This is what it looks like at BYU at a game.
It looks magical.
It is magical. Let's see if I can get one up on the big screen here for people to see. No, that didn't work. Let's see. Trying to find one. It won't let me click on none and make it bigger. Let's see. This is probably the best example here. So what we'll do is
scrambling like Justin Fields.
Scrambling like Justin Fields.
Yeah, I was just seeing on my laptop. He just went for a top-notch touchdown against the Dolphins.
Oh, nice.
Uh-huh.
Okay, real quick before we move on here, I'll show you this picture because it is just a picturesque environment, guys. This is what it looks like when you're sitting in the stadium. You've got the Utah mountain peaks behind you and in front of you and everything. I mean, it's an amazing atmosphere.
Love
it really is. I've been on that field. I've been in the they took me for a whole tour. I went inside the they invited me up. I don't think we had met yet, Jackson, but Kalani Satake and Tom Satake and everybody, I got to meet them. I got to meet the players. I got to go into BYU TV where they do ESPN broadcasts, which is where I met all those people. Well, people that watch this show were here for that. All right. It's your time to shine, buddy.
Oh, there we go. Well, we've got the Saturday lineup. We'll save West Virginia BYU best for last because we like to save I'd like to save the Mountaineers best for last on this list. But we'll start off the Saturday slate with Iowa State going over to Nippert Stadium against the Cincinnati Bearcats on ESPN2 at noon Eastern time.
Yeah, Cincinnati is one of the best and hottest teams in the Big 12 right now. They are absolutely killing it. From just the mojo around them right now. It's a tough game to pick, right? Obviously, Iowa State's a top 15 team. Cincinnati, they just beat Kansas. I mean, Kansas is a good football team, man. It's at home. I'm going to pick Cincinnati to pull this upset off.
I'm going to go with the Road Dogs, who are unbeaten, which is Iowa State, in a 31-24 fashion.
I think it's going to be higher scoring than that, but we'll see. What's
Anything
next?
can happen. Yeah, because funny thing is, that prediction for my final score, that's a point and a half above the over-under for that game. And we've got Kansas State Baylor on ESPN Plus at noon in Waco, Texas. Is Baylor going to be a contender or are they a pretender? Is Kansas State back up for good?
I always felt like Kansas State was going to turn it around a little bit. It's a tough game, though. I mean, it's at Baylor in Waco, which is a sleepy place to go play. You know, it's not like it's this elite environment. Kansas State's playing better. At least we think they are. I mean, they lost to Arizona 2 weeks ago. They beat UCF, but we found out UCF isn't very good. I'm going to take Baylor to win this game. I think Baylor's just a better football team.
I think Kansas State is getting it up. I mean,
I don't think they're better than Baylor. We'll find out if they are.
I feel like this week, I think we're split on this one. I think Kansas State can win this one in a 35-31 victory.
I'm going to go Baylor, and I'm going to go by 10 points or more. I don't know what the score is going to be, but I think Baylor's going to – I mean, I picked Kansas State to win the league before the year, so trust me. I get it, but I'm going to go I'm going to go with them.
Oh, man. This game looks like a snooze fest on True TV and TNT and HBO Max. Yeah, Arizona and Oklahoma State.
Oh, God. You got to go with Arizona here. I mean,
Arizona, 41.
Oklahoma State showed some fight last week. You know, at least they did that. I mean, at least they did that, right?
Mm-hmm. I mean, Doug Meacham's doing a lot better.
And they just fired their D coordinator today.
Oh, yeah. Todd Grantham never gets the job done anyhow.
Right.
So,
well, they haven't been the same since they got rid of Jim Knowles.
Yeah. That's been terrible. But we've got a really good one on ESPN, the battle of the unbeatens between the Texas Tech Red Raiders and the Houston Cougars. Oregon State was definitely a trap game for Houston, but Houston looks like a trap game for the Texas Tech Red Raiders.
I don't think it's going to be. I think Texas Tech wins this game 45-14. I think it's going to be a dominating blowout. I really do.
Well, I think it's going to be closer than the experts have it, really, because I think it's going to be a Texas Tech 38-34 victory over Houston.
All right. Texas Tech
Colorado
wins.
TCU on Fox. I guess they're not putting on Major League Baseball playoff games yet, but we got TCU going up against Colorado at Amon G. Carter Stadium in Fort Worth, Texas.
Yeah. So Colorado's at TCU for this game.
Oh, Hoover's going to win this one. I think it's going to be a TCU 42-27 victory.
Right.
I'm not seeing good things out of Colorado this year.
No, you got to go with TCU to win this game by at least a score. What we got next?
Kansas Central Florida at FBC Mortgage Stadium on ESPN.
Yeah, Kansas gets them back. I like Kansas in this game to win by 10 points.
Oh, yeah. Kansas is going to win 42-31. And finally, to end the slate is Friday night between BYU and West Virginia.
I'm not going to comment on this game yet. I still have a lot of crossover shows to do, so I'm going to save my prediction.
Okay.
But obviously, Nico's not going to play. Jalen Henderson's probably going to get the start from what I'm hearing. So, it's too difficult an environment to expect Khalil Wilkins to go into, and you don't want to ruin his confidence. I'm not saying Khalil Wilkins shouldn't be the starter at some point this year, but I think Henderson is he's played in big environments on the road before. You don't want this kid's first start to be on the road at BYU, but if he does, then that'll be great. I'll ride with it for sure. But let's let Henderson have one more game with Ty Edwards and see if that can help at all, because both those guys can run. Maybe Khalil with Ty Edwards will be the best. I have no idea, but I think at the end of the day, either quarterback can run, so that helps. BYU's got an elite defense. It's going to be tough.
I think for right now, I've got this score being BYU 34-14 on Friday night.
I'm tired of the way you treat me and them kids.
That defense scares me, man. Like that BYU defense, I don't want to get chewed up like a chicken nugget.
I don't want to get ate like a Subway sandwich.
Nope.
All right. Well, I appreciate you guys for joining in. Jackson can be found on the Voice of College Football. He calls into the Paul Feinbaum show at least once a week and talks to Paul, who may be leaving to run for senator now, we hear. And also
Lord.
Alabama at the Voice of College Football, where Jackson Johnson gives you elite coverage on the Crimson Tide alongside of
Jeffrey at Only Talk Sports and Coach Smoke Hines. And we were joined today by Billy Derrick for Vandy Week from Vandy 247 at 247 Sports and the Believe Network.
Well, we appreciate you guys for joining us tonight. We'll have a good week of prep as we've got some great guests coming on this week for West Virginia BYU. I'll see you guys on the next one. Make sure to like the video before you leave, subscribe if you're new around here, and share the video out too when you get time. And thanks for making Locked On West Virginia your first listen. Do us a big favor, though. Fire TV College Football Kickoff is a big deal. Locked On and Fire TV, we present to you the ultimate college football weekly preview. Drake Toll of Locked On Big 12 leads the conversation alongside two-time AP Coach of the Year Gary Patterson, former college star Jesse Holley, and Locked On's local experts. It's a college football preview only Locked On can do, so catch college football kickoff every Thursday throughout the season, only on Fire TV. For Jackson, for myself, we'll see you guys on the next one as we Wookie it on out of here.